What's going on? It's Wednesday before the players. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. I don't care what you say. The players feels like a major to me. It feels like a major. I know, like, some people are like golf purists and like, it's not a major, okay? I don't give a shit. I'm just excited about the huge prizes. I got into golf a little bit later. I'm not golf purist. I just want big prizes. I want a great field. I want to have some fun, and I want good TV coverage, and I get all that, so it feels like a major to me. I don't give a shit what you say, you golf purist. What's up, new guy? I'm the Degenerate75. I am a PGA DFS content creator who has been playing DraftKings for far too long and has learned a thing or two and is here to help you not be so bad at it. Because if you don't know, this should be real tough. And if you want a guy who's just going to sit here and give you shitty picks and be boring AF, let me go ahead and tell you, this probably ain't the channel for you. But if that's something you don't want, maybe hang around for the next hour. You might just like the cut of my jib. By the way, if you do like the cut of my jib, check out the schedule I've got right here over me shoulder. And as you can see, you are watching the live emergency stream right now, 7 p.m. Lord's time zone, every Wednesday. Be here. And if you've made your lineups before you've watched this stream, you're a donkey dick, and that's why you always lose, among other things, that you're losing for other reasons too, but that's a big one. And then, of course, don't forget, I am the Showdown guy. The Showdown Hoedown is my show that I do for every round 3 and round 4 on Friday and Saturday night. It's right there on the schedule. You have no excuse to miss it. Be there, new guy. Be better than that. If you've heard about the drawings, yes, I'm a very giving man. I do drawings where you will get to make a lineup with me. We will make it together. I will enter it, and then you will get in the, we will play for $1 million. I've already got them reserved, and I will be doing that drawing at the end. No, new guy, I'm not going to do it now because then your bitch ass will leave, and I want you to hang around, see if you like the cut of my jib. So you gotta hang around for the end. I'll be doing multiple ones of those. If you're like, I'm only here for the giveaways. Well, first of all, you're a loser, and second of all, we're not poors. I can afford it. We're rich. Wait till I get to Wendy.com. I afford the $18 a year. Life's good for the big guy. Life is good for the big guy. From there, if you can't tell, I have a problem saying the fuck word. I have a huge problem, and to make it up to my mom, I am trying to not say fuck so much, and so because of that, I have this thing called a fuck counter for every time I say it to try to break the habit, and every time I do it, I put $1 in the till. At the end, I will draw to play one of you in a head-to-head. As you can see, last week, my main man, LSU Nick, won the drawing, and Nick forgot a very important lesson about life called, if you mess with a bull, you get the horns. And as you can see, I whooped Nick's ass real bad. And you know why I whooped his ass? The match was over before it even started because he tried to beat me with my kryptonite, Slapdick Rory and Slapdick Rogers. It was over before it started. He had no chance. So, once again, we're up to 3 in a row. I'm just going to say fuck forever. Fuck. There it is. I'm just going to say it forever. If that offends you, I'm sorry. I can't stop. I need to be taught my lesson, and these guys aren't doing it. If you don't know, I have a very, very successful group of homies, and I am all about celebrating them. Look at all these guys right here over my shoulder. My dude Bill back winning GPPs. The world feels right again. Mike and Phil and Canes and KP. Corms, 5,000. Nick again. Nutty Squid. Jay Bannock. You don't want to mess with that guy. Nutty Squid. Jay Cross. Hold on, let me move over. These guys too. I don't want to hide them over behind my big head. All right, all kinds of people on there. If you don't know, I encourage you to do this for any showdown round. Just go look and see if you see that flag flying. And the crazy thing is you'll see that flag everywhere, and then there's probably like another half of the people at the top of the leaderboard who are just part of the community but have their own thing. All right, Bill loves Michael Jordan. He's not going to fly the flag. I get it. Okay, let me begin the night with a quick question for the new guys. Have you made your lineups yet? You have, haven't you? I knew it, new guy. It's okay. It's been a rough year for the new guys, but don't worry. There'll be a chance to redeem yourself in just a little bit. New guy, you got to know this. It is Wednesday night at a 7:04 Lord's time zone. I believe the editor is about to do our first drawing over here at 7:05, so be looking in the chat for that. And you need to know this, new guy. You don't want to make your lineups until you come watch this. I have so much relevant, pertinent information to help you make better decisions. So if you're already like married to your lineups and you have your picks that your stupid fucking tout told you, well, this is really going to burst your bubble. Okay? Because you shouldn't have made anything. It is early enough that between this and a little bit of time afterwards, you can go make all the great lineups that are going to win you all the money. Notice I didn't say $1 million because we're not going to play in that. So that's where we will begin with contest selection. If you don't know, new guy, this is where you're burning your money. Okay? Let's just start right here with a big $25, right? Life is good. You're finally going to win that $1 million you've always been after, right? I don't want to be that guy, but I've already seen the ending of this movie. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to do it. By the way, William R. is the winner. I see it over here in the chat. William, Hit me up tonight. We're making a millionaire maker lineup. Thanks for being here early and on time, you motherfather. All right, let's talk about this millionaire maker. Yeah, I'm doing $100 this week, and I'm going to take my $100 and I'm going to do 4 lineups in the $25 millionaire maker, and it's going to change my life. No, it's not. No, it's not. Look, first of all, this right now is called week long, right? Which I am still, DK will not return my emails. I'm starting to get my feelings hurt here. I'm still trying to officially get week long changed to kick in the nuts because that's what it is, right? Week long is hard as shit. You need 9 million things to go your way, and then your guy still misses the 3-foot par on 18, and you still lose, right? So that's why I'm trying to get called kicking the nuts. Second of all, this is the players. And if you don't know, if every tournament on the frickin' schedule, no tournament will kick you in the nuts harder than the players. I'm telling you, it doesn't seem like there should be chaos. But there is. There's just always chaos. You would think U.S. Open would have more carnage. No, the players is carnage central. So that's 2 kicking the nuts. And now you're going to go play in a contest where 40% of all the money goes to first. Second place is 1/10 of first place. 10th place is 1/100th of first place. Now that's 3 kicking the nuts. How many kicking the nuts do you want in one day? I'm down for 1 good kick in the nuts. That's why I play week long. But now you want me to take 3 kicking the nuts? Polly, tell him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. By the way, I totally forgot. Teddy forgot to tell Nick you don't get your money. You don't get your money, Nick. Sorry, Teddy's upset he got left out. Deal with it. All right. Don't play in this contest, okay? There's 2 kinds of people that should play in this contest right here. Only 2, okay? There's the old man who's like, comes up to you and says, have you heard of this Zalateris kid? I have a good feeling about this whippersnapper. That guy, he should be playing in the Millionaire Maker because he has no fucking idea what he's doing. There's that guy. And the second guy should be the pros who have endless amounts of money and can go chase these $1 million hits because they can afford to blow through $4,000 doing that, right? They can afford that. But that ain't you. You're neither one of those guys, right? I mean, I guess if you call William Zalateris that whippersnapper, like, I guess that's you. But you're probably not watching my show. I've probably already lost you with the speed of which I talk and the things at which I say. Okay? So don't play in it. Just do that for me. Don't play in it. Yes, I'm going to throw a couple in there, but I'm only going to do it with my contest winners. I'm not going to put my own money in there. Well, it is my money. Actually, Nick's sponsoring the giveaway today. Thanks, Nick. Like, that guy sponsors a lot. Yeah, he wins a lot, Bob. All right. Let's see here. The big $5 man, this is great. I mean, look, this is a tremendous contest you should be in. If you're comfortable playing $750, I would tell you to go play 150 lineups in this. Yes, I hate that the field is 143,000 people. That's tough. But you gotta love this prize structure. Only 8% to first. Second place is half of first. 10th place is 125th. That is a really good payout structure. If you hit a really good lineup, it is going to be real money for you. Real money. All right, sadly, this one right here, I love this. It looks like it just filled. Nope, it's 22 short of filling. If you're a guy that plays $1,000 a week, let me tell you right now, this is the nuts tournament. This little 4max 250 that DraftKings just put out, this is bomb. Look at this payout structure, right? Only 7% to first. You got to love that. And then look at that great payout structure all the way down. Like, this is the first one I got in. I love this. I wish they'd make it even bigger, but as you can see, it's going to fill probably, I would guess, in the next 10 minutes. So if you got that kind of money, go hop in there. The 88 is great this week. Look, I know a lot of this is out of the pay grade of a lot of you guys, and there's no price shaming around here, right? If you play $10 a week, $5 a week, whatever it is you play, I'm telling you, this $20 one max is great. If I'm playing $20, I would tell people this, and you want to make multiple lineups, this 20 max $1 is such a great format, right? Yes, it has a lot of people in it, but you can win real money. You get to practice having a nice consolidated pool of players, mixing and matching those pieces. Make sure you're getting different players from different ranges. It's a great place to start, and 20 lineups is a really good number to build. Okay, a lot of people don't have the experience to build good 150 sets, and if you don't know, new guy, the 150 set is called an MME, a mass multi-entry, and that's what that's what you eventually want to build to. You can never go wrong with all these 3 maxes. A lot of them aren't showing up. I've already reserved. There's the $15 3 max, the $20 3 max, the $8 3 max, the $3 3 max, the $75 3 max, the $150 3 max. They're all really good. And if you don't know this little secret, guys, you want to be in contests in which you're going to max enter. If that's a single entry, a $100 single entry, a $200 single entry, $33 single entry, $12, $5, all you got to do is put one lineup in it, you're max entered. If it's a 3 max, all you simply got to do is enter those 3 lineups, and now nobody has leverage on you because they're playing the same number of lineups that you are. Another nice thing to remember about 3 maxes and single entries is whatever the chalk is, it gets out of control in single entry and 3 maxes, right? Stupid Keegan Bradley's going to be like 30% owned in the $200 single entry, of which I fall over laughing. Paulie, tell him.
Get the fuck out of here.
So, that's a great thing to remember when you're making your things. Don't always go get in these big lotteries, right? If you're going to play in one of these lotteries, please play in the 5 over the Millionaire Maker. But honestly, you'd be better not playing in either of them and going down and getting in some smaller contests, right? Always the $10 18 max, which it's not showing up here because I had to reserve all my lineups because DraftKings, once again, undersold how excited people are for PGA, and a lot of the contests are already full, and if I didn't get them reserved, they were all going to be gone by the end of the stream, so I've already reserved them, so that's why they're not showing up here on the possible contests, right? Except, I mean, this one's showing up because I guess it's still open, but all the other ones are already filled, so I guess they disappear. I don't know. But there you go. The real contest you need to play in is this one right here, completely free. It is in the link of this stream. Just go click in it. There's no strings attached. There's no email. There's no nothing. You just hop in there. You throw your favorite lineup in. It's completely free. If you win, you get to make a lineup with me next week that we will toss in the big $20 pitch and putt, and I will split the profits with you 50-50, and you get a free week on my website/Discord. You know what? You want to know what you have to do to get in this? Just go click in it and enter your lineup, you donkey. Get in there, okay? And if you don't get in there, that's you. That's you. Here's last week's winner, Brett Goat. No idea who that guy is, but I will tell you he has an Oklahoma City Thunder avatar, so he must be my kind of people. Brett Goat, reach out to me. Let's make a lineup tonight. I'm a sweaty try hard. I do it. New guy, it is time for redemption, brother. What is the single most important thing and the first thing that we check every week at PGA DFS? Go ahead. I'll wait on you. I'll wait. Nope, that's not it. What the hell is up with these new guys in 2023? The batch of new guys this year suck. I do not know what's going on. It's a rough year for the new guys. New guy, we check the wind/weather first. I accept either one because I'm in a good mood. Jesus, get it together, new guys. All right. If you don't know, I'm a very, 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 very rich man who can afford $18 a year to give you the fanciest win projections in all the world. Matter of fact, I actually, because if you don't know, I live here in Oklahoma, and we take our weather very serious here in Oklahoma. All right, and I actually had a guy who literally does weather for a living. He chases storms, right? I assume those two things are connected, and he has even fancier projections than me. And at 8 o'clock, we're actually going to go look at those and do a special video tonight over that. And he's also told me which of these projections are the best and which one's the worst. I'm not going to tell you, but here's what I will tell you. This is what they're looking like. These are the 6 major ones. And as you can see, we have 2 big takeaways that we have to look at when it comes to the weather edge, right? Because if you don't know, your picks suck, your touts picks suck, and my picks suck. So let's just play the game. And the game is trying to get guys who are going to be out there in the best scoring conditions. And having good, reliable projections is super important. Let me tell you, it cost me a GPP last round 1 showdown. Damn you, Cantlay. So here's what I'm seeing. Almost everything you see, it does appear as though tomorrow, Thursday morning, round 1, that it is going to be a little gustier in the morning than it is going to be in the afternoon. Okay. However, the wind's not the only thing that affects scoring, right? Almost a general rule is scoring in the morning is almost always easier than in the day. That's for numerous reasons, right? Among which are the green's firmness. They firm up as it tends to bake out throughout the day. It also has to do with the green just getting chewed up by people walking on them all day. And typically, afternoons do tend to have more wind than mornings, right? So those are all factors. But tomorrow, we actually see that there's going to be more wind in the morning and less in the afternoon. Well, at least that's what 5 of the 6 projections are saying. So with that, I bet tomorrow is going to play relatively even because even though they'll have slightly softer conditions in the morning, the afternoon guys will have slightly less winds to deal with. One thing I do want to point out, the high temperature tomorrow is only 66 degrees. So I think on Thursday, this course won't bake out the same as it will on Friday for round 2. So with that, I don't want to play round 1 showdown, but I will tell you for week long, that has me thinking anytime the PM guys are going to play the same as AM guys, I always give them a lean. So just based on what I'm seeing Thursday, that makes me think that the PM guys tomorrow would have a slight edge in the week long because that means they get to turn around and play AM on Friday. But it ain't that easy, Bob. We got to go look at Friday. So let's look at Friday. As you look at Friday, it seems like it's going to be way windier on Friday, right? There's going to be some conditions out there, brother. Okay? And it gets up to 77 degrees on Friday, which means that the course is going to have more time to bake out. So what I am seeing is most of these projections seem to be pretty unanimous that it is going to be windier in the afternoon. It's going to be windy all day. Ain't no part of Friday going to be easier, but it will be gustier and more sustained winds Friday afternoon, according to most of these projections, okay? And it's going to be 10 degrees hotter. 10 degrees hotter means those Florida greens are going to get extra shiny, brother, extra shiny. And so with that, do you really want to have your guy out there struggling to make the cut whenever it's gusting at 30 miles an hour on baked out greens at the afternoon of the Players? I know I don't, Bob. I know I don't. However, I do want to point out, not all of the projections are unanimous about this. If you look over here, this bottom tower actually says that Friday morning could be actually gustier than Friday afternoon. So it really comes down to what projections you want to use. I will tell you, if you go over here to Windfinder, which I know which projections they use, and theirs are not very good, you would obviously probably prefer the PM AM guys, right? Because it's going to be basically the steady all day Thursday, but then we see Friday morning seems lighter. But I know for a fact that Windfinder, according to my 2 experts, have told me that they use the projections that are the worst of the 6. So, and by the way, I kind of believe that based on the last 2 weeks. Screw you, Windfinder. So, in conclusion, here's what I'm thinking. Actually, what I'm thinking is I'm going to wait till 8 o'clock and see the final projections, because every 6 hours they put them out. At 8 o'clock, we'll have a fresh batch to analyze and see if they've shifted at all. But as of right now, I would give a slight lean to PM AM guys. But this is so important, what I need to tell you. Please do not go all in on this. Do not just play only guys in your entire player pool from PM AM, okay? Here's what you really need to know. When it comes to studs, I would bet there's not a single fucking difference. Not a single fucking difference, okay? So because of that, if you like guys, if you like Rahm, Rory, Morikawa, Scheffler, any of those guys that are the AM, PM guys, I think you still play them. Cantlay, I don't think you get off of those guys simply because of this. Now, if you're indifferent towards either of those guys, I think this is a great reason to just be like, well, I was already indifferent. Now I think they might be on the bad side of the weather edge. I'll fade them. But where this really applies is when you get down to 7,100, right? And you're canceling the last guys out of your player pool. Who do I get rid of? Who's the last guy I want out? And one guy is PM AM and one guy is AM PM. And you're 50-50 on them. I would use the tiebreaker and go with the PM AM guy, because I would bet, as of what I see right now, it could change in 44 minutes, but what I see right now is I would give a slight lean towards PM AM guys, okay? But don't go all in on it. But I'm telling you, that stuff matters. And I would say that round 2 showdown is going to be real spicy. Can't wait to play that. All right, if you don't know, I use a lineup optimizer. I won 2 GPPs last week, 6 top 10 finishes. Over the past month, I've had 18 top 10s and 2 GPP victories. And you know what all those lineups have in common? They were all built right here with the solver. Look, I even got my little name up there. Oh my God. And it's the best lineup optimizer out there. Look, if you think that this thing's going to magically give you winners, you don't understand what lineup optimizers do. You still have to put in the legwork. You still have to make good player pools. But when you make a good player pool, it will take the best versions of your player pool and put you in nuts lineups, okay? So many times you will have a player pool where you'll be like, damn, I had all 6 of the guys in the optimal. I just didn't have them together. That's what an optimizer does. It makes the best form of your player pool and gives you those best lineups and lets you know, here is your best lineup, and then you can go put that in your most expensive lineup, right? I just completely rely on it, right? It makes the best versions of my lineup. I can make my own player pool. I'm good at that, but I'm not great at making lineups apparently, because ever since I started using this, I've been winning a lot more. So with that said, if you're interested in this and you want all my projections and my ownership and everything loaded, you just simply use my landing page. See that little showdown, hoedown symbol right there? That will get you everything you need. And here's what's crazy. A lot of times these optimizers run you $100 a month or more. $25 a month. That is insane for an optimizer of this quality. I swear by it. Everybody that's used it says, I didn't know what life was before I found the solver. I get it. I'm the same way, brother. So there you go. Check that out. It's in the description. Look, you want to know the truth? I shield 2 things: cut sweats and the solver. Because you know how many fucking DMs I get about people wanting me to shill their shit? It ain't gonna happen, because I'm only gonna shill anything that I use, and I hardly use anything. But sure as shit, use the solver, bruh. Okay, let's get talking. If you don't know, I am the big sweaty ownership guy, okay? We all have our kinks in life. Mine is definitely ownership. I just stay up all night being like, oh, but I think he might actually go up a little bit because of the wind edge, okay? Or the psychology, okay? I'm a real sweaty tryhard. That's what I'm trying to get at. I put way too much time into ownership, but as you can see, I'm very good at it. So my projected ownership does tend to correlate to how it's actually going to play out in the big Millionaire Maker tomorrow. So that is useful, because when you are trying to make your decisions, you kind of need to have good projections. All right, let's see here. We're also tracking chalk. If you don't know, we have this thing called Donkey Chalk. And if you don't know, we don't play Donkey Chalk, except when we do. And last week's Donkey Chalk kind of got there. Rory, Day, and Mitchell all did pretty well, right? And so, it'd been a while since the chalk had done well. Kind of forgot how bad it sucks when the chalk does well. Damn you, chalk! And so, because of that, the chalk actually outperformed 4 of the 6 spots last week. As you can see, they are still winning about 55 to 45 overall. And so the chalk is getting there slightly more. But the real question that we're trying to answer is, does it get there frequently enough to justify eating the chalk? And I would say if it's going to be 55 to 44, No, Bob. No, it's not. That would be my answer, okay? All right, let's talk ownership. If you don't know, these are the top 10 most owned guys this week, and we are about to designate them what type of chalk they are. If you don't know, there's 3 kinds of chalk. There's just like okay chalk, right? Like, I don't even really consider this chalk, but if you want to use that term, it's okay chalk, right? Like, it's fine. They're only chalk usually because of their price. I got the water snot going on, if you're wondering. I don't have a cocaine problem. Just got water snot. See, allergies. Then there's chalk, okay? Chalk's like, I don't love it, but I get it. If you really are committed to it, play it. And then, of course, there's donkey chalk, which is the worst chalk, which means you're a donkey dick if you play it, okay? So we're going to go through and look at these most 10 highest owned guys and 2 honorable mentions. Anytime you see honorable mentions, you should be a little concerned. So let's go look at it, see who's the highest owned, and see where we should play him. It appears as though we have a 2-way tie for the highest owned guy this week. Patrick Cantlay, Jason Day. Both coming in at 23%, both noticeably higher than guys right above them and right below them, and there is clear pivots to both of these guys. And they're the 2 highest owned guys, and they're not the most expensive. If you can't see where this is going, I'm going to do the rare twofer. These 2 guys right here, these men are the donkey chalk! These men are donkey chalk, and we don't play them. We don't play them, except when we do. Guy in the back, except when we do. All right, there you go. Had to get it out. Now I got to drink some Topo Chico. That one hurt. I went twice as loud because it was a double. It was a double. All right, Rory, you know what I want to do with Rory. I'm going to go with another double here. Rory is coming in at 22.8%. He might be the highest. They're all pretty clumped up there. But he's not too out of line with what we see from Rahm and what we see from Scheffler. He is on the higher end, but because I'm in a good mood and I want you to play that bum, I'm just going to call him. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it. But if you love Rory, I don't think you get off of him for 23%. I think you just make a point to be 2x his ownership. So if he's going to be 23%, make sure you have him in 46% of your lineups. That's all I ask, Bob. That's all I ask. Scotty Scheffler, right there in the same neighborhood, coming in at a smooth 21%, which sucks because I was really thinking, ooh, I'm going to be sneaky and play Scotty. No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay? And so Scotty Scheffler is the exact same thing as Rory. I don't love it, but he's it's a little high, but it's not quite to the level of donkey chalk. Which then brings us to maybe the most egregious chalk of all. I hope I'm not spoiling this. Keegan Bradley's coming in at a smooth 20%, okay? Wouldn't surprise me if he comes in even higher. Wait till what he is in the higher level stuff, the higher entry stuff, and the single entry. It's going to be vomit gross. So Keegan Bradley, the man is, I hate to say it, I'm going to say this one softly. The man is donkey chalk! He is donkey chalk, and he is the worst donkey chalk I have seen since... Well, probably Patrick Rogers, okay? Probably since but that one was gross, too. Padraig Harrington was pretty gross. And how did that treat you, donkey dicks? Not well. Okay, moving on. Keegan Bradley's definitely going to win now. Terrell Hatton, 8,300. When there are guys legit 6% around him, Terrell Hatton, you're an angry little leprechaun, okay? Well, no, wait, you're Quasimodo. Your son's the leprechaun. So I hate to say this. The man's donkey chalk! He is donkey chalk, and we don't play him. A lot of donkey chalk this week. A lot of donkey chalk. My God. What are we doing? 8,300 Terrell Hatton. Give me Decky or somebody else. All right, Justin Thomas. He's he's right there on the, he's kind of, I don't love it, Chuck. He's, Chuck. All right, Victor Hovland, he's kind of, this is just me being, I just don't like Victor Hovland, so I'm going to give him, Chuck. He's probably fine. I just don't want to play him. Will Zalatoris and Colin Morikawa, look, they're only that high owned because of where they're at. They're not too much higher than everybody. I just give them okay chalk, right? I don't think that's gross. I don't think that's gross. If you want to call that chalk, you go right on ahead. I have John Rahm coming in around 15%. If you want to call that chalk, okay, whatever. That's not chalk. But if you want to call it that, it would be good chalk, all right? That's all you need to know. Then we get to the man with a visor, which I would advise you to not play him. His name is Keith Mitchell, coming in as smooth 16%. There's only one way to say this as loud as we can. The man is donkey chalk. He is donkey chalk, and we don't play donkey chalk. Except when we do! Except when we do, guy in the back. There we go. Keith Mitchell, get out of here with your visor. Learn how to wear a hat, you donkey. And then this one, Corey Connors, I don't get it, but I'm going to give him, I don't like it. He's a little too high for the guys around him, but I truly think he's going to come in closer to 11. If he comes in at 15, I'll eat my hat and I'll say, okay, that guy is donkey. By the way, eat my hat, I believe that's what Keith Mitchell did, and that's why he only has a visor left over. I'm pretty sure. Look it up. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. If you don't know, my podcast is coming back. Season 2 of the Degenerate 75 Talks Golf with Smart People will be back probably this Sunday. We're recording it Friday. I'll probably release it Sunday. And this year, it will be on the YouTubes, because I'm not a pod guy. I'm a YouTube guy, so I'm going to put it out on YouTube. You'll get to see my face and my guest's face. So if you're interested in watching that, it's just me talking golf with people that I enjoy within this community and on the periphery of this community. Pretty pumped for my first guest, so come check that out. No, I'm not going to tell you who it is. No, I'm not. So let's get over. Let's go look at my model, because if you don't know, model is life. All right, it's kind of Danny Rojas and Ted Lasso. Football is life. No, model is life. Things I looked at. I'm really big on this being a second shot course, so I've looked at their recent approach, who's been hitting their irons well. Good drives. Good drives is so important to me this week. You do not need to bomb it, but you do need to be in position to get greens in regulation, okay? You do not want to be out of position at a Pete Dye course, okay? Or you're going to Pete Dye on this course. Around the greens, you're going to have to do some scrambling this week. This course will test all facets of your game. I want to see recent form. I really leaned in heavy way more this week to how they are playing recently than how they are playing course history-wise, right? Ball striking, which some would call as BS, but I really like it. I want ball striking, guys that ball strike who are playing well off the tee, playing well on approach. Greens in regulation and average and difficult courses. If you're having to scramble every hole around here and you don't have a lot of birdie putts, you're going to be in a ho-ho bunch of trouble. Putting, I looked at putting. I got this from Andy. He's a greens guy. He knows more than me, and he said that there are certain courses that these aren't true Bermuda. They're whatever, overseeded, some shit like that. And so I just went and added the courses that he did and looked who putts well at those courses. Par 5 on difficult scoring, average and difficult scoring, longer par 4s, fast greens, short 72s, course history, and die, but I didn't give those a lot of weight. And as you can see, number one on my model is Patrick Cantlay. Fuck. Okay, now he's really going to be chalked. Am I really going to play a Patrick Cantlay don't get chalk? Man, life is rough. Okay, that's so weird that Patrick Cantlay, he's just so good at literally everything I looked at. He's not bad at a single one of those 13 points that I looked at, right? Like, even Rory is like, I can't putt, okay? But, like, Cantlay's like, I'm God. I have no weaknesses. So, this is where we start. First of all, you got to ask yourself this question, okay? Jonathan Ramathan is 11,800 this week, all right? And how often do you get a guy who is definitively the best player in the world at under 15% ownership? I really can't ever think of a time that that's the case, all right? So if you are a guy who believes Jonathan Ramathan is going to win this week, you should be hula hooping in the streets naked, just an excitement that you're going to get him at around 15%, and he's definitively an awesome player. Okay, you're not worried about how he kind of fluttered over the weekend, right, at API. Okay, you're not worried about it, then you should be pumped. But I do want to offer you this alternative and something that people don't think about enough. We rarely ever see players get to 11,800 like Jonathan Ramathan is this week. And there actually is a case that he could win this tournament and not be in the optimal lineup. We rarely see this, right? That the winner of a tournament is not in the optimal lineup. But at the same time, we rarely ever see people at 11,800 with a price tag. So let's say Jonathan Ramathan wins this tournament. But then the next three guys, like all T2, are Homa, Cantlay, and Morikawa, okay? They all get T2. There's a very, very good chance that the optimal lineup would probably be Homa, Cantlay, Morikawa, right? And would exclude Jon Rahm, because there's no way Jon Rahm could be in that lineup with two of those guys, and like you'd have to be playing like $6,000 guys with that, right? So there is a real possibility. I would say at least a 10% possibility that Jonathan Ramathan could win this tournament and would still not be the optimal play, depending on who all those T2s and T3s are, right? Because he only gets 10 extra bonus points for winning the tournament over the second place guys. And if you have three guys sitting there at T2, they're going to get tons of points, and you can play them together because their prices are not salary prohibitive like Jon Rahm's is, right? So you got to be aware that when you pay an epic price tag with that, not only does he need to win, he probably needs to win by a good amount, like 3-4 strokes, or he needs the guys who come in second, third, and fourth to be $7,000 guys that you would logically have paired with Jonathan Ramathan. If it's three $9,000 guys, very likely those guys could outweigh his points and would be a completely different build for the optimal. That is some like level 7 thinking that most of you have never thought about, but just something you need to consider if you're going to pay that 11.8 price tag on Jonathan Ramathan. From there, the big pivot up top is Xander Schauffele, which is so weird. He's normally a DFS darling. No one wants to play him this week, but Rory and Scheffler are getting a lot of ownership, and then Cantlay's getting a lot of ownership, and so Homa and Xander are kind of getting squeezed. So if you're a Xander or Homa guy, feel good. You should feel good because you're going to get him a discounted ownership. Justin Thomas is underpriced, and if you don't know, rule number one of ownership, people love good values, okay? And because he's underpriced, that's going to get him ownership. Okay, they also love course history and recent form. Those are the three things, and he kind of has, well, I don't know about his recent form, but he does have good course history, I can tell you that. Tony Finau, my model loves Tony Finau, but he can't putt on these greens, and honestly, I think he's underpriced. I think he's underpriced too. Here's your hot take for the day. I think Tony Finau is a better golfer than Justin Thomas. I said it. Deal with it. There's that William Zalatoris guy that your grandpa is going to play. I am worried this is the first time we've seen him play back-to-back tournaments. But here's what I can tell you. This little Decky through Zalatoris range right here is the forgotten area. These guys, and these are really good golfers. If Zalatoris, Spieth, Fitzpatrick, Young, or Matsuyama win this tournament, it would not be shocking. But I will tell you that 4 of these 5 guys do have injury concerns, right? Spieth looked a little gingerly in round 4 of the API. We know Decky and Fitz have the neck issue, and Will Zalatoris just isn't cool, or maybe it's a hip thing. So you got to be worried about those. But because of that, you probably can get better ownership on these guys. If you're not buying the whole injury narrative, you think it's BS, you think it's overblown, I think you play these guys and you can be pumped that you're getting a discount on their ownership. Tyrrell Hatton is a god in the model. He is going to be popular. He should be 8,900. He's 8,300. He's going to be mega chalk. Jason Day, 9th in the model. Jason Day is going to be so popular, and it makes sense. He has a great course history. He's playing well. I mean, he's everything you want, right? And he's underpriced. That is the holy trinity of ownership, and probably why him and Cantley are shaping up to be the 2 highest owned guys. Maybe it's Rory too. Look, but after you get by Jason Day, if you have the stones to fade Hatton or fade Day, this is just like the ultimate. There's this range right here in the 8s, and then there's just this great range in the 7,000s. Kirk, Burns, Rose, Scott, Horschel, Tigala. No one is going to play these guys. They're just in a forgotten about zone. They're sandwiched between the Day and Hatton that everybody wants to play, and then everybody's jumping down here, grabbing Keegan Bradley, grabbing Ricky Fowler, grabbing Corey Connors, and grabbing Keith Mitchell, and these guys in the upper 7s are all going to be completely forgotten about. I will go out on a limb and say that this range right here, this upper 7 range, one of those guys is going to break this slate. He will be the nuts play that you needed. You had to get off that Tyrrell Hatton. You had to get off that Jason Day. You had to get off that Keegan Bradley, and you needed to go play that Sam Burns. That's Sahith Theegala. Whoever it is. I don't know who it is, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell you because my picks suck, just like yours do. Everybody's picks suck. That's why you should just play the game, brother. So from there, as I've already told you, Keegan is just so gross, and it offers, I can't believe Brian Harmon, the player, is not popular. I thought Brian Harmon was everybody's favorite hobbit, saving Middle Earth and shit. Nobody's going to play Tom Hoagie, this is just like, if you can get off of Connors, Mitchell, Bradley, Fowler, everybody down here is basically a pivot. Okay, it's like those 4 guys are getting all the ownership. So if you like guys that aren't those 4, you should be pumped to get into this range because you are going to be getting guys that are highly leveraged versus the guys around them. From there, KH Lee, anytime it's a TPC course, you got to mention KH Lee. You want a guy at 1% that could just, that for whatever reason was one of the first guys I thought of this week? Alex Smalley. I know, I hate it too, but that's who I thought of. Let's talk about some sleepers. Nick Taylor is a guy that sneaky plays these courses well and is in pretty good form. Don't mind him. This one I will be the first to admit that it's a kind of a soft spot in my heart, but I love Webb, and I want to believe that he's back. I believe in the old guy resurrection, and he's won this tournament before, and so I believe in Webb. Okay, I do want Webb to do well. Is he a sleeper? Yes. I think he'll be under 3% ownership at a course where he's comfortable. He's coming off that big round Sunday. Maybe he's got strokes game feel good. Maybe. Jonathan Vegas, he is definitely the chalkiest of the guys down in the 6K. He's the only one that I think will get over 6%. I honestly like courses where Jonathan Vegas can bomb it out there at 330 and straight. This isn't really one of those courses. So, his biggest weapon seems to be a little bit reduced here. Davis Riley, really, I'm a big buyer on Davis Riley's long-term talent. So I think that he is a guy that really seems to be trending in the right direction. I want to be early to the party on him. So Davis Riley is definitely a sleeper I'm considering. I think Danny Willett at 6,400 is ridiculously underpriced. The guy's a badass. If this course plays even remotely difficult, give me all the Danny Willets. Give them to me. From there, that's it. All right, let's get to it. Who is the one guy I am definitely not playing? The one guy I am definitely not playing. Well, I probably, if you've seen the show before, you can see this one coming. This guy did an interview this week saying he is feeling so good. His game is so confident. He has confidence over every club right now. He has great course history here. His recent form has been great. He could never do bad. He's an auto lock. You should play him in every single one of your lineups. He'll never let you down. Oh, wait. This is PGA DFS. Paulie, tell him.
Get the fuck out of here.
No chance we're playing Keegan Bradley. Not a chance in hell. Get the... Polly, tell him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Tell him again, Polly. Golly. All right. So you go play all the Keegan you want. All right. And here's the great thing is I know he's going to get like T8 and I'll get like 3 DMs on Twitter from little neckbeards being like, I thought Keegan wasn't going to do good. And then this is always my response. Send me your winning lineups. I never get any responses because even when you play Keegan and he does well, you still are sharing him with 20,000 other people in the stupid Millionaire Maker contest you're playing in, and you still don't win. You still don't win even when he gets there. But when he misses the cut, then I get to drink your tears. All right, who is the one guy I'm definitely playing? Well, this one, this is actually a guy, based on what I know right now, is actually in the wrong wave. But you know what? I told myself before I looked at anything this week, here's who's winning the tournament. I'm playing him no matter what. I don't care if God comes down and whispers in my ear, don't play him, he's going to miss the cut. I'll be like, God, I don't got time for this, bro. The one guy we're definitely playing is... We're playing Scotty Scheffler! Scotty's going to win! Let's go! Let's go, Scotty! Yeah! Wait, one more! Scotty! Yeah! Scotty Scheffler's winning this tournament. You heard it here first. I will go down on this ship. I don't care what wave he's in. I'll play him. I will play him. All right, you guys ready for the drawing? Before we get there, go check out my site, dgen75.com. If you don't know, it is the fastest growing community out there. I'm not going to give you a single pick, but I will give you the community. I will help you get better. And most of all, I will give you the best tool that is out there called the Rosetta Stone. This takes all the work that I do in a week, and it puts it down into a nice, smooth way for you to analyze all the relevant information you need to know. Whether it's the wave advantages, who's a cash play, who has high upside, who's a sleeper, who's the pivots, what's their made cut equity, what's their win equity, what's their model rank, what's their course history, projections, price relationship, everything you could ever need right here for you to reference. All of it is over at my site. Go check it out. Please, the editor begs you, do not go to Patreon. Patreon's dead. You got to come to the website. The poor kid's going to have an aneurysm. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're pushing hard to 3,000. Help the big guy get there. You know YouTube ain't going to share my shit. Even when I do an ad campaign, they don't share my shit. So tell a friend. Help me grow. I appreciate it. Drop a like, you motherfathers. And let's get going. Here, this is for everybody that retweeted. This is our first drawing. We've already done one earlier. This is for a second Millionaire Maker ticket tonight. This is sponsored by LSU Nick. And the winner is... Cody Berry, there it is. Cody, thanks for retweeting, you motherfather. Reach out to me tonight. We're building a lineup. And then the editor right over here in the chat is going to do one more from somebody who asked a question. This is for the fuck counter over here in the chat. Who is going to play me for the fuck counter? Which I'm pretty sure I've forgot to play. No, Cody cannot double win. You do it again. Do it again. Cody, get that shamrock out of your ass. I will not have 2 Cody Berry winners. Sean O'Brien, there we go. Not Sean O'Hare. That's a professional golfer. Okay, with that said, let's crank up the fan. Let's get going. Let's go take some questions. I'm over here. I'm only going to answer questions that I see question marks. The big guy ain't got all night. I still got to go check weather, you motherfathers. Man, throat is raspy tonight. I think I did too much donkey chalk. All right, here we go. Looking for questions. Who is your favorite play under 7K? Oh, Bill. I don't want to give that one away. Webb Simpson. I want to believe, okay? I want to believe. I don't want to give up on him. Let's see. How many players do you have over 9K in your player pool of 150 lineups? Next time, Spoon Man, put a question and stop being a fork. So in 150 lineups over 9K, I'd have about 5. I'd have 5. But I keep pretty tight player pools, bruh. All right, thoughts on Connor, Hadwin, Bing, Griffin, and Woodland? That's a lot of questions, Mr. Thomas James Moran. Connors, I don't get it. A lot of people seem to like him. He does seem like he would be a good fit for this course, but you know what? I just don't like Corey Connors. There, that's my bias. Adam Hadwin I was interested in until I saw that he's kind of the highest owned guy down in the low 7,000, so no thanks. Bing Griffin, I thought was going to be chalky. Not chalky. I will say this. He has never played here before, and I want guys who have played here before. I'd rather have somebody with bad course history here than somebody with no course history here. And Gary Woodland, I'm in. Let's do it. Any Rose or Tigala love? I love them both, actually. Tigala, I like his creativity around here. Hopefully he can club down and not just kill himself off the tee. And I think Justin Rose might be going through a little career renaissance. And so I'm in on Justin Rose. I like him. How many players? Oh, wait. There. Now he asked the question. I'm driving. I guess you shouldn't be texting. Which Donkey Chalk misses the cut? Guy that'll miss the cut. Probably the one that I'm going to play, Jason Day. Jason Day, one and done. I like it. It makes us ride him while he's hot. And this is a great course for him. This is a really good course. Plus, doesn't it just seem like kind of like old guy comeback, like winning the Players? This is going to kind of be like, oh my God, he did it, right? Because it's not quite a major, but he's not quite a great golfer, so it just makes sense he would win this. Am I right? All right, let's see here. Travis wants to know, finally made the live stream. Let's go to the F Counter playoff drawing. Let's go. Sorry, Travis. Cody's the luckiest man alive. Good try, though. Have you liked and sub, new guy? Jeff gets it. Free Gala? More like free square Gala. Let's do it, IO. I'm in. I'm in on T-Gala. I'm in. Give me all the T-Gala. How much money we losing this week? Sadly for me, way too much. The contests were just too good. I try to be disciplined and not play too much kick in the nuts, Tiger fans. But when I see these contests that DraftKings puts out there, I just can't say no. I can't say no. I love them too much. DJN is now 0-2. Who you taking our weekly sleeper bet for Austin? He's taking T-Dunks. I will take Steven Yeager versus Billy. Billy's too big of a coward to do a true double or nothing. He's like, no, we'll just do one. Okay, we have a name for people like you here in Oklahoma called a wiener. All right, here we go. JT versus Morikawa, head-to-head, last man in. I like Morikawa. Like, the first guy I thought of that, like, no one's going to want to play this week, this is a course designed for him, is Morikawa. I still want to play him. I haven't even eliminated him. Even if he's on the wrong side of the wave, I'll still play him. Because I don't think that matters with a guy like Kawa. How do you feel about Wyndham Clark this week? Christian. Shh. It's like my favorite play. All right. Why do I love Aaron Wise? Because you love losing money. That's the only logical answer there, Brent. I've lost so much money on Aaron Wise this year because I keep holding on. Not this time. So he'll get T2. What donkey chalk are we eating and hating it? Jason Day for me. I'm eating the Jason Day chalk. I'll do it. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to eat any other donkey chalk, but I will eat the Jason Day chalk. I'm going to eat Jason Day chalk till it's night. Okay. Should I have made my lineups yet? Well, Sean, if you have, that'll explain why you're not going to win. Hello, Hannah. Long time no see. Home girl. Let's see. Your favorite two players under 9K who will be lower owned but most upside. Well, one of them is definitely Decky. Decky's upside is incredible. Never forget, he won the 2020 players. You know what? Yeah, you're never going to convince me differently. And the other one, Chris Kirk. I think Chris Kirk is getting overlooked, and I think he's had enough time to get his juices back from the big win. I think he's ready to go. Does the Weather Channel do weather? I've given up on them, Ricardo. They're so bad. Fuck them. Okay, No, they don't do weather. They do ads. It's annoying. Go get on the Weather Channel app. It's tilting. How much kicking the nuts? How much nuts would be kicked this week? It'd be nice if I actually got to kicking the nuts one time, but I doubt it would be at the Players. It's never happened before. Do you coach any sports when you taught? I did. I coached football, basketball, softball, and the last several years I was a tennis coach. Let's see. What's the lowest price that has a chance to win this week? I could see some guys, probably 7,400, probably about my cutoff. I can't see any guys like true punts winning. Is it windy out? Wind guy? It's looking like it's going to be nice and windy there in the Jacksonville. Players sucks compared to majors. Y'all tripping. Okay. I'm not going to stand for the players slander. How much chalk is too much chalk this week? I mean, look, if you want to play 2 chalk donkeys, go ahead. Even if you want to play 3, just make a point. It doesn't matter how much chalk you play. It matters how much you put into each individual lineup. And anytime you put a chalk guy into your lineup, I kind of forgot to say this on the ownership part. You got to remember this. You can put a chalky guy in there. You just don't go put 2 or 3 other chalky guys with him. You just say, oh, shit, I'm putting some donkey chalk in this lineup. I need to make sure that I get a lower owned guy in here. I need to make sure that I get a pivot in here. I need to make sure that this roster composition isn't the 10,000, 9,000, 2, 8, a 7, and a 6 that everybody wants to play, right? Who's a low 7K guy you like? Low 7s, give me, you know what? Give me Smalley. Why not, Bob? Why not? Let's see the F counter record. I think it's 28. I only got the 20. There's another one. Fuck, Thomas. Hang around, Donkey Richard. It's worth it. Donkey Dick. All right. Thoughts on Webb? Do you think 66 on Sunday? I mean, Cody, I'll be the first to tell you you're a lucky MFer. And I'll be the second to tell you I want to believe that Webb's back. And I thought he was going to be chalk and let everybody down, but I'm only seeing him at 3%. I'm willing to go down on that train. Dollar Bill, what are your thoughts on completely fading the 9K range? I'm counting Homa as a 10K. I don't mind it. I think that there's a lot of ownership there in that range. That's going to get you off Cantlay, Morikawa, Thomas, Finau, M. All those guys are going to be relatively highly owned. So I think that's a way to do it. And I don't really think you're giving up a ton of win equity with that group. I think most of the win equity is kind of in those top 3 guys, in my opinion. Can I win this week? Just believe. As Ted Lasso would say, believe, brother. How do you start your lineups? I.e. highest price, favorite players, etc. I make a good player pool, and I let the solver handle the rest. That's honestly the answer, Darren. I don't really. I've given that responsibility over to the solver. It just makes better versions of my player pool than I do. You got to understand your limitations. Is the Jason Day chalk worth eating? Carm, the answer is no, but I'm going to do it anyways. Tom Kim this week. Tom Kim was initially my favorite play this week, but then Mayo was pushing him, and Mayo has a real big voice in this industry. And then I really got sold on the narrative that I want guys who've at least seen this course before. I don't want to play debutants. Okay, so those were some things that got me off Tom Kim, which sucks because he was kind of my first initial lean. Him and Morikawa were the first two guys I thought of this week. And then I thought, wait, it doesn't matter. Scheffler's going to win. What's the most amount of salary you would leave on the table this week? Jerry, I never leave more than $500 on the table at week long, man. It's just too big of a difference, right? So you're leaving $500 on the table. You know, you can get from like Spieth up to Finau. To me, that's a noticeable improvement of your lineup. So I'd rather just spend that money and improve my lineup. Let's see. You worried about Spieth's back this week? I actually kind of am. I think Spieth's a real tough guy. Like, I don't think he's a bitch at all. I think he's a legit tough guy, and I think he's actually hurting. And so because of that, if he's going to sit there and hobble and tell people he's hurt, I think there's actually something hurt with him. So, yeah, I am concerned, AK. That's the long answer. You want the long answer? Yes. All right. Is the editor going to eat this week? I think, yeah, I see Nick's little super chat up there. I just haven't got to it yet. Do you make your player pool by certain price categories? I do, Peter. Whenever I'm making my player pool, I'm very cognizant of, like, this week I'll have about 15 guys in my player pool. I will have about 4 of them that will be over 9K. I will have about 6 of them that will be between 7.5 to 8.9K, and then the rest I will fill in with 7.4 and below. The reason I do that is because you got to have interchangeable pieces. You can go make a nice tight player pool of 15 guys, but if it's all the most expensive guys, you can't build lineups like that, right? If you only have 2 cheap guys and a bunch of expensive guys, you're just going to have to keep cramming in those cheap guys into every single lineup to make it work. So I know how to kind of build a player pool to reflect what I'm going to want my exposure to be. And that just comes with a little bit of experience. Stars and scrubbed or balance? At this tournament, I like balance. You can just get so many good players in your lineup. Montgomery this week? I mean, why not? That guy can roll the rock. Okay, he can roll the rock. It's not a course. I don't know what kind of course Taylor Montgomery's good at other than Birdie Fest, but why not this one, Cody? Why not this one? Stars and scrub has to be the path. Not for me, John. Look, when you say stars and scrub, what are you talking about? Are you going to double stack Rory and Rahm and then go play 4 punts? No thanks. Okay, if you want to go play 3 9K guys and 3 7K guys, I'm okay with that. How do you feel about Xander this week? Give him to me. Nobody wants to play Xander? I'll play him. Look, here's what I'll say about this, Bill, and this is very simple. We all suck at making our picks, right? Like, how often do you pick the top guy right? Okay? Anytime I go all in on Rahm, it's Scheffler. Anytime I go all in on M, it's Kirk, right? I always miss the top guy, so why not just go play the lowest known and not give a shit about anything else? Because my picks suck. Just like yours do. Just like your touts do. They're all shitty. Let's see. Worried about Vegas's elbow? I'm just more worried that I don't love this course for him. Like, when I think of his biggest weapons, I just don't think this is a good fit. Is this not an ideal course for Tom Kim? Yes, Jason. That was why I first thought of him. I think it's a great course for him. Thoughts on Adam Scott? I really like him. He was one of those guys I was like, I'm going to get it 5%. I do know that he is on the AM-PM wave, so I doubt I will play him if I think the PM-AM wave is going to be better. But he was a guy I was like, shit, I'll get off the Jason Day chalk or off the Keegan chalk and just go play Adam Scott, and felt very good about it. Is Sung Jae Donkey Chalk? He's not, Jason. He is not. Day Chalk Bomb? Yes, there's going to be at least, of those, I promise you this, of those Chalk Donkeys I picked, 2 of them are going to implode this week. You got to assume one is Jason Day, because that's the one I'm playing. I didn't expect a coffee talk accent from the big guy. Wait, coffee talk? Oh, I don't even remember what I did. I just do voices. I don't even remember what I said. That must have been, these are from a long time ago. How's your boy? But I'm liking Stallings this week. I know he's your boy, but what's wrong for liking Stallings this week? I mean, he hasn't been playing well, has he? Like, Stallings just doesn't strike me as a guy that's been playing particularly well, and I like Stallings when he's in form. He's not a guy that just randomly pops out of it. He's usually a guy that trends pretty hard. Yeah, I mean, Vegas elbow is a thing. Look, if he's going to be 6% owned, I'll just go play the guy that's going to be 0.6% owned right next to him. How does Brandon Wu rank in your model? Lyle? Very well, actually. Brandon Wu was a guy that I was in my final cuts, and I still may add him back depending on what I see about this weather edge tonight. Hey, big guy, I'm here to see if you try to get kicked out this week. Nick's going to get booted. Favorite play under 7K? I've already said Weberton Simpson, but I'll go ahead and give you another one.
Emiliano Grillo. It just seems like a perfect course for him. Like, when I think of Grillo, this is a course I want him at. Thoughts on Dietrich? Not a soul's going to play him. He has huge upside. Why not? Almost won me. Actually, he did win me a GPP last week at Showdown. In lineup construction, what's the optimal number of core players? Core of 3 players and mix and match the last 3, or a core of 4? I think either of those work. It kind of depends on how much do you love 3 guys or do you love 4 guys? And I would let that answer your question, right? I have flexible rules when I do stuff like that. Sometimes I'll lock 2 guys in at 100%. Sometimes I'll lock 3 guys in at 100%. And sometimes I'll have a pool of 6 and I'll make sure that all 6 of those guys are at least 50% of my lineups. That's how I do it. I don't set hard, fast rules because every week's kind of unique. I don't know how many guys I'm going to like or their salary fits with others. So you got to consider all those things. I do get leverage this week. Well, if you're wanting to play the right people, you do. If you're going to go play donkey chalk, you're not going to get any leverage. Should you look to play more pivots in this highly variable tournament? I will. I'm literally playing one chalk guy, by my definition, of course, of chalk. And then the rest, I'm going to play a lot of pivots because this tournament, like, by Thursday afternoon, you're going to be like, man, why not even playing this stupid tournament? I hate this tournament. You're going to be saying that. So you might as well just go in and hope that, like, your 5 of 6 is the nuts because you have a couple low-owned guys. Any interest in a PM/AM stack? Tim, I'm actually going to talk about that right after this. I'm going to go check the weather with my sweaty weather guys, and then we're going to go do a special little video over on my website because I actually, the one tower that is the most reliable almost seems to be leaning towards a PM/AM stack, which will be so contrarian. So I really want to see this updated data that's coming out here in 10 minutes. One guy you're playing this week? Oh, we're playing Scotty, big guy. How many guys above 9K missed the cut? Great question. 4. Fuck it. 5. All right. Are you back on Kitty? I hate guys like that after a win. You know, I just don't. It's just too much for him. Like, strokes gained, over emotional. He's like -50 this week. Do you think JJ Spawn is sneaky? Absolutely. He will be under 2.5%. I promise you, Little John. Let's see. Hoping Riley does great this week. What do you think about him? I mean, I was all about him. I think he's going to be the second most popular guy in the 6Ks, which I don't like to play semi-chalky guys, but it's still, we're only talking like 4 or 5%. So if you really like him, I don't think that should get you off of him. But as I've told you, I'm a Davis Riley truther. I'm always about him. So, I'm after him. Thoughts on Vegas? Too high owned? For me, he is. Anything above 5% under 7,000, I'm out, Bob. Michael asks, Old Man Webb Simpson going to carry the momentum from Sunday's round? I hope so. I'm cheering for him too. Let's see. Are first timers a pass here? Yeah, for me they are. I mean, I might play 1 or 2, but generally speaking, I'd rather have somebody with bad course history who's at least seen the course, familiar with it, than somebody who's never played here before. Michael Dolan, will Rom be low ownership? 15%, which I think for as good as he's playing right now is as low as you will ever get him. So if you're thinking Rom continues this runaway train that he's on, I think you go play him and you be pumped about it. Hey, Slovakia, how you feeling about Spieth's ownership? Actually, he is almost at 10%, which is kind of surprising, Chris. With the injury concerns and people just not wanting to play a volatile Spieth at a volatile course, I thought he'd be like 6% again. I'm like, shit. What did I tell you last week? When nobody wants to play Spieth, you play him. What do you get, like T2 or something like that? And when everybody wants to play Spieth, you get the fuck away. Let's see. Who is your top price guy to fade? That's a good question. Cantlay. I don't give a shit what the model is. My model has him number 1, man. Nick says, can't quit the tradition. It brings me luck. This is great result. Nick, thank you for feeding the editor for one more week. I would feel bad that you always do these, but you always send me screenshots of all the money you win. So I know that these are nothing but easy tax write-offs for you. Mark says, what's the standard player pool size? Playing for a 3-max. I like 10 players. I usually keep 3 or 4 of those guys in all 3 of my lineups, Mark, and then I mix and match the last 2 spots. That's kind of how I do it, brother. Concerned with Spieth being injured? I am. It's enough to have me concerned, Bob. Michael, more money on the counter on the balls window tomorrow or Friday? Oh, Friday will definitely have more balls in the water. Hundo percent. Let's see. Hobbit bounce back spot? Yes, he plays very well at this course, and he's been letting everybody down. That's when you go save Middle Earth. Scheffler or Rahm? Ooh. Ownership-wise, if you're playing the game, you play Rahm. Who, if I had to bet, would perform better head-to-head? Scheffler. So I guess it depends if you're playing DFS or if you're doing sports betting. Using Kirk, Power, and Hoagie, 3 others in my lineup, single entry contrast, too extreme. No, I think all 3 of those guys are good plays. Matter of fact, Kevin, now that you've got those 3 nice pivots in that range, I think you can go eat some chalkier pieces. If you like a Cantlay, or you like a Rory, or you like any of those guys that Thomas that are getting ownership, I think you can play them and not worry twice about it. Let's see. How many times have you thought I sucked at DFS golf and then kicked yourself in the nuts to enter the next contest? Every week I lose, which has been a lot. I mean, it's week long, man. Nobody wins at week long until you do. No one wins at week long until you do. There's the answer to the riddle. How do I rate my Rainmaker? Pack? I don't know much about it. If you got a John Rahm Rainmaker, you should be pretty happy. Somebody in the Discord got one. I think they're going for like $8,000. Is Thomas going to win? That's easy. Scheffler. Let's see. You have any thoughts on Mr. Fox? I actually kind of think he's trending the right direction. I like him at longer courses, but maybe he's a guy that plays well when he can club down, a lot like Aaron Wise and Gary Woodland type guy. Do you plan on playing Rainmakers? I don't, Tyler. I really don't, man. I couldn't get into it with football, and I don't know. I don't have a good answer, but no, I don't plan on it. Will week long kick me in the nuts this week? Well, with that attitude, it will. You got to believe. Ted Lasso, believe. Let's see. Thoughts on Echeverria, round one leader. You know what? I actually do like playing guys coming off of a win for round one leaders. Go look at Chris Kirk last week. It did me pretty well at Showdown. Minwoo for all the monies? Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to feel about that guy. I need to get some more stats on him to get a feel for who he is. Thoughts on Kramer Hickok this week? Don't mind him. My model likes him. Poston or Woodland? Give me Poston for safety, Woodland for upside. Thoughts on Hahn? Not a chance. Any TPC love? Yes. TPC Lee. That's KH Lee for all of you that are not so in the loop. I do like KH Lee, actually. I like that he's 7,200 also. How are you handling value plays with limited course history but coming in good form? I want them to have at least seen the course once, right? Even if they missed the cut. Just have played here once, I don't really care what their course history is, just so long as they've been here. Are you paying more attention to recent form or players who have won or played well at TPC Sawgrass? Recent form. I don't give a shit about their course history here because course history here is sporadic and flaky at best. At best. Looking at ownership, is it ROM season? It is. I mean, if you're just a straight ownership leverage motherfather, you got to be pumped to play some Jonathan Ramathan this week. All right, where are we at? Like PM AM Wave. What are your thoughts on Henley and Suh? I was looking at Henley, but I think he was in the opposite wave that I was kind of leaning towards in that range, so that got me off of him. Justin Suh is very good upside for that price. What is he, like $6,500, I think? You can do a lot when you have a $6,500 guy in your lineup. And if he just gets you, no, he's $6,600. So if he just gets you, what, T32, you're probably pretty good, right? So I'm glad to hear live from Jason Day, Donk Jack. Yeah. Is Henley a solid GPP play? He's the definition of a good GPP play. I would never let him touch my cash lineup, but I think he's the kind of guy that could definitely get you T4 this week, and he's going to be less than 6% owned would be my guess. Did the new guy in the corner move to the back, or is he a new guy? No, we have multiple new guys hanging out in here. They're currently duct taped down for not knowing that we check weather first. Did you release... went over the 350? We went over 315 tonight. Let's go. 3 weeks in a row, we've set a new record. Thank you, you sweaty tryhards. And to the 260 of you that are still sitting in here. I like the cut of your jib. How's the Canadians going to do? Man, honestly, I don't think I like a single Canadian. Pendrith, Hadwin, Connors. Okay, Nick Taylor. I'll play Nick Taylor. Isn't that weird that Nick Taylor's the Canadian I like the most this week? Is this the best content in the industry? Yes. Well, my mom would agree with that. Thank you, sir. Thoughts on Todd and Ben Griffin? You know, Todd is a guy that I sneaky kind of like. He's kind of playing okay. And, like, is any course a good fit for Brennan Todd? I don't know. But if this is a course he could hang around at, yes, it is. Ben Griffin, I just don't like that he doesn't have experience here. Who is your favorite sleeper? Davis Riley. I don't know how much sleeper he is. You like Willie Z this week? I'm just a little worried. Chase, I'm just a little worried about the whole hip thing. A guy that is too scared to play tournaments back-to-back weeks. That's why he set out at, what was that? Was it Waste Management? Yeah. He set out at Waste Management, played Genesis, right? And if he was too worried to play back-to-back in those tournaments, why all of a sudden does he think he can do it now? More than anything, I just think that he's going to be kind of like thinking about his hip. I don't think he's going to fall over and die like he did whatever fucking tournament that was last year when he WD'd. I'm going to stretch my hip and then quit because I'm a wiener. All right, let's see. Where's Sam Ryder in your model, bro? Hey, that's a good question. Where's old Samathan Ryder? I don't even remember his salary. Is he 7,000? That sounds about right. Where you at? Where you at, Sam Ryder? You know what? We'll just sort by this. We'll go look at first names because they sort by first names on here. What the fuck ever. Sam Ryder. He's 60th in my model, so a little above average in my model. Hit the like button. A man that gets it. Too risky to start single entry builds with a 10 and 11K guy. I don't like it. I don't, and skip, oh, yeah, no. Skip 10 and 11K. Yes, I do like that, Bill. I do like that. Do you feel comfortable skipping the top 3 and starting with Xander? Does a bear shit in the woods, Cody? Do you think about Cheesesteak Hoagie? I'm in. I mean, like, the fact that I'm getting him at like 1/4 the ownership of Keegan, LOL. Let's see. Any thoughts on Adam Scott? I'm warm. I wish he was on the other wave based on what I've seen so far about wave edges. Let's see. Chat is moving on me. Oh, Jesus. Is this thing ever going to stop? We've already done Sam Ryder. Do you ever play 6K guys? Absolutely, Christopher. I would say most of the GPP wins I've ever had has had a 6K guy in it, right? I will have, in my player pool of 15 guys this week, I would say at least 3 of them are going to be in the 6K, to answer your question, brother. Oh, a flat 6K. I'm sorry. Now I understand your question. Hardly ever. I would say the lowest I'm even considering would probably be a guy at 6,200 this week, brother. The Rosetta Stone is the best tool in PGA DFS. I don't disagree with you, brother. Cody, don't forget to Sean, don't forget to reach out to me. You owe me a F counter battle. Send me an invite on the DraftKings. Thoughts on Damon? Not Damon. Damon. Man, he's kind of a head case, and like his irons have been so bad. He didn't just strike me as a guy that'll just magically come out of it. So that's my concern. Plus, I watched him on full swing, so like I feel like I know him pretty well now, man. All right, you're playing 10 lineups. What's the size of your player pool you would have? 12 or 13? And I would have probably 4 of those guys in at least 60% of my lineups. You're playing J-Day, but not Keegan. I will play Keegan, 20% own Keegan the same day that I run 2 marathons. Not in this lifetime, pal. All right, let's see. Hovland or Spieth? Ooh, give me Spieth, but I'm just a Hovland hater. I want to be very upfront. I'm a Hovland hater, okay? He just doesn't do it for me. And we're both OSU alumni, okay? I'm not there, bro. I'm not there. Does Solver offer a free trial before purchasing? Kenny, great question. I believe they do have 1 week free. I don't know. Reach out to the editor over on Twitter, at the DGen editor. He'll know that. I don't really know. Favorite first-round leader? Give me Kurt Kitayama. I kind of like that logic. Do you or Chris Kirk? Kirk or Kirk? That's the 2 I'd go with. Do you set a max lineup ownership on the solver? I don't, because JM, I make my player pool so aware of ownership, I instantly am cutting out so much of the ownership fat that I don't really have to do that. Plus, once you learn ownership, you'll learn that cumulative ownership isn't really what you want to be looking at. You want to be looking at product ownership, which is where you multiply the ownership of those 6 players, take that product number, and then go multiply it by the contest you're going to play in, right? And you want that number to be very, very small. If that number is 1 or 2 or 3, that means you're going to have a duped lineup usually. Why is Ryan Fox always so cheap? Because he doesn't play in America and people don't know about him? Mike wants to know 100% web? Yes, if you're playing 1 lineup. You have my permission. Anything more than that, I wouldn't do it, Bob. Am I crazy for liking Tigala here? No. I think this is a creative course, and when I think of creative players, Tigala is one of them. Am I late? Yeah, you are, Hallmark. Okay? I'm not buying any cards from you this year, pal. Where are my entertainers? Asks Brian Harmon, The Hobbit, Saving Middle Earth. You already got the sun for the donkey chalk, but that's funny too. Hey, thanks, brother. I don't recognize you, new guy. Welcome to the party. Get it together. Sub. Now I'm hungry. Now I just assume he's talking about Jersey Mike's. Should I play Keegan Bradley? Yes. I'm fading him. He'll be the nuts. Who do you think? Homa? I don't see a question mark. I'm skipping it. Let's see. Just liked and subscribed to your channel. Thanks for the content. Hey, Chris. Thanks for being here, brother. Appreciate it, man. My boy Lee Hodges at 0.7. If you like Lee Hodges, you should be pumped you're getting him under 1%. Homa Cam Young. Give me Homa. Great show, big guy. Looking forward to the big wind update. Oh, it's coming. Gotta go get sweaty. I'll have it out by 9 o'clock. Promise. Lord's time zone. Novak? No. Vac. Let's see. What about Nasty Nate? He's my favorite low-end play. Hovland comes off as a knucklehead for some reason. Yeah, and he's not very good at poker. He often plays at the casino. I always play at. With that said, do not forget to come check out my website, DGen75. Do not forget to come check out the Showdown Hoedown, because if you ever get tired of getting kicked in the nuts, come check out Showdown. Most of these screenshots that you see right here come from Showdown, because there's actually a fucking edge at it. So come check it out. I hope you've enjoyed the show. It's been real having you. Pumped to have you, new guy. Hope to see you again Friday and Saturday night for the Showdown Hoedown, and of course next week for whatever the fuck Valspar it is, and we'll do it again, because I will be ready to be kicked in the nuts again. It has been real. It has been fun. I appreciate all of you for helping me set another record for live viewers. Let's go. In the meantime, just enjoy this outro.